All right, man. Let's talk about Buffalo and Green Bay for a second. We are in a new era of NFL where having Aaron Rodgers on your team doesn't automatically make you a competitor. The Chiefs on the bye, the Bills reminded everybody who the true cream of the crop is in the AFC.
Yeah.
Are you ready to write Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay's eulogy? And is Josh Allen taking the reins from Aaron Rodgers on being the best quarterback in the league?
Okay. You guys are asking this last question just to troll me, right? Can I say something about last night's game?
Serious question.
Hold on. No. Well, then it's dumb. It's either trolling me or you guys are dumb. Okay. Because if this is a serious question, I don't. This is why I get so frustrated with the Bills narrative and the Josh Allen narrative. Here's a fun fact. Josh Allen was not good yesterday. He completed 50% of his passes.
He threw, 2 picks?
He had 2 picks when all they needed to do was not turn the ball over, and it would have been a guaranteed easy victory. Instead, he threw an indefensible pick at midfield and then an awful pick in the red zone. He had his quarterback rating yesterday was 75. Is Josh Allen awesome? Yes. Is he right now one of the 2 or 3 leading MVP candidates? No question about it. But I don't understand why even a game like that, when his performance was not the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth best thing the Bills had going for him, that people are like, MVP race is over. No, it's not.
Yeah, I think we might have talked about this a little bit when you said the best player on the team gets the credit no matter, if you win.
Yes.
You shine, and then when you lose, it's all blamed on you.
Yes, you know what? You're absolutely right. And that's a really smart point you made right there. So I'm okay with that. But this idea that this was, a passing of the torch between Rodgers and Allen. By the way, Rodgers hasn't been the best quarterback in football, some would argue, ever. Certainly since Mahomes walked in the league. There's not been a day that Mahomes has been in the NFL that Rodgers has been better than him. Not one day since Mahomes took over. So listen, the Bills, it was a good win. Their run defense, I'd be a little concerned if I'm Buffalo that, all right, the Packers, once they realized that you couldn't throw on them, they ran the ball 30 times for 200 yards. They just ran the ball at will.
Right.
Green Bay, on the other hand, has now lost 4 games in a row. They are in Detroit next week. Detroit has shown us that at home they can score points.
Yeah.
On the road they stink. At home they can score points. It then goes after the Detroit game. Cowboys, Titans, Eagles.
That's
3 of the hottest teams in the league. The Titans have won 5 in a row. Cowboys are coming off a great win, which I think we're going to talk about. Not a great win as far as degree of difficulty, but how dominating they were on the offensive side. And the Eagles are undefeated. They still, even after that, have games against the Dolphins and Vikings, and we'll throw in a Rams game, even though the Rams I don't think are very good. Green Bay is not making the playoffs.
That's what it's looking like.
There is, I wonder, I'll look right now in real time, see if it's up there, what their playoff odds are. They were an underdog to make the playoffs before this week. Now, I'm sure they baked in that they thought they were going to lose to Buffalo, but they're plus 180 to make the playoffs. So $100 to win $180. For them to miss the playoffs, they're minus 200. So Vegas is telling you they think there's a 2 out of 3 chance they miss the playoffs.
Right.
I think that's right. I think right now, if we were ranking NFC, and listen, the Bills, let me say one more thing about the Bills, then we'll finish the Packers, then we'll move on. Here's what the most important thing for the Bills is. It's not just that they are now 6-1. It is that they are 6-1 with head-to-head wins over the only 5-2 teams in the conference. So they're 6-1 with a blowout win over Tennessee, which at the time, it's like, okay, the Titans are just going to stink.
Right.
That looks better by the week. And a close win over Kansas City. So in order for the Titans or the Chiefs to pass them, they can't have the same record as them, obviously.
Right.
So let's say the Chiefs are going to lose. What's best case scenario? The Chiefs are only going to lose one more time all year. Okay, so they finish 14-3. That would mean Buffalo has to finish 13-4 for them to not be the 1 seed.
Right.
And so Buffalo's remaining schedule at the Jets, home for the Vikings, home for the Browns, at the Lions, at the Patriots, home for the Jets, at the Dolphins, home for the Dolphins, at the Bears, at the Bengals, home for the Patriots.
Huh.
Hard to find. They've got it. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find the losses necessary.
Yeah, I didn't really even see one clear one.
Well, they're going to be favored in every game they play.
Right.
But even if, you could lose at Cincy, you could lose at the Jets, you could lose at the Patriots. Let's say you lose those 3 road games, okay?
Okay.
Even if they do that, Kansas City then has to go, they're 5-2, 8-1 the rest of the way. So the Chiefs almost have to run the table to have a real shot at the 1 seed. And even if they do that, Buffalo's still got to lose twice. So that's why that was a good win for Buffalo, because at the beginning of the year, when we didn't know Green Bay was going to be this bad,
right,
it's like, oh yeah, it's in Buffalo, but that's one of the toughest games on your schedule. Home game against the Packers.
Right.
Didn't turn out that way. Oh, they also, by the way, I didn't even think about this. Buffalo also has the head-to-head with the Ravens. Now, the Ravens aren't 5-2, but the other division leaders, Baltimore, Tennessee, and Kansas City, Buffalo's beaten all of them. So that's a testament to their overall team, even if yesterday they weren't that great. For the Packers, what I was going to say is, if we are ranking playoff contenders right now in the NFC, the Eagles are as good as in. The Vikings, to me, are as good as in.
Okay.
The Cowboys are close to as good as in. And you're obviously going to have a winner from the NFC South in and the NFC West in. Right now, Green Bay, I put them in the same bucket as they're going to be fighting with Atlanta, Seattle, and the Giants. Those 4 teams. And the Rams. The Rams, Seattle, Atlanta, the Giants, and the Packers. Those 5 teams, I should say, are going to be fighting for the final 2 playoff spots.
Okay.
So I think Green Bay's in real rough shape.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.